What's going on, YouTube fans? Antonio, and I'm back with another video. Please thumbs up this video. If you're new here to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss any upcoming content that I have. Today, we're going to be talking about the DC FanDome event that took place today. I'm a big fan of movies, and I was really excited to see what DC had to offer virtually this year, with there being no Comic-Con at all. And Wonder Woman 84 was the first panel, directed by Patty Jenkins and starring Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. During the panel, they talked about the amazing time that they had working on this film. We got to see Venus Williams, the original Wonder Woman Linda Carter showed up for a bit, and Patty Jenkins presented the new trailer for Wonder Woman 84, which looks really good. I was a big fan of the first Wonder Woman film. I was really excited to see Patty Jenkins come back to direct the sequel. In the second trailer to Wonder Woman 84, we get to see a lot of new clips, and one thing that really stood out is the comic book costume accuracy of Cheetah's costume. That was really cool to see. I wasn't sure how they were going to pull that off, but it actually looks really good, and I'm interested to see how Kristen Wiig fits that role. It's something that we're not used to seeing her play, more serious role, but I'm really interested to see how it turns out. In that fight, in the clip of the trailer where they show her and Wonder Woman squaring off, man, that was really good. So if you haven't seen that trailer, go check it out. The biggest reason I really wanted to see DC FanDome was for the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. Everybody really gets on Zack Snyder for his DC movies. I don't really understand why. I really enjoyed Man of Steel, and I'm not even a big Superman fan at all, but I really enjoyed that film. Batman v Superman I enjoyed. The theatrical version is really not good, and that had a lot to do with Warner Brothers meddling in. If you haven't seen that movie, please check out the director's cut, because that fills in a lot of plot details and holes that were left in the theatrical version, and I don't understand why Warner Brothers just didn't put the director's cut in theaters. I know it had something to do with timing, but that really made no sense whatsoever. And I really enjoyed the theatrical cut of it. I'm a big Ben Affleck fan, and I was happy when he was cast as Batman. A lot of people don't like him. That's another thing I really don't understand. He's probably my second favorite, or kind of tied in the role of Batman, along there with Michael Keaton, who I grew up watching in the role. And I thought he portrayed exactly what he was given. The Justice League that Warner Brothers released is not the vision of Zack Snyder. It was kind of a 50-50 between him and Joss Whedon, who came on and changed up a whole bunch of things at the request of Warner Brothers. The film wasn't terrible. I still watched it. I still enjoyed it. But I was really excited to see what Zack Snyder had put into place. And thanks to the fans who had started the petition on Twitter to release the Snyder Cut, it just shows that these studios will listen at some point. Maybe not to everything, but at some point they will listen. Ever since it was announced that the Snyder Cut was coming, I was like really excited about that, because I really wanted to see the vision of what Snyder had in place and to see how that was going to come together. During the Justice League panel, we got to hear from the man himself, Zack Snyder, along with the actors of the film, talk about their experiences with the film and how much they loved working with Zack Snyder. So that already solidifies that they had really had great chemistry, and was really looking forward to what Zack Snyder was going to put out as a final product. So to actually see this all come together I really can't wait for it. Zack Snyder did confirm that it's going to be in 4 parts that will be released on HBO Max, and they're going to try to figure out a way to combine it so that you can watch it all at one time instead of in 4 parts. So we'll see how that turns together, and that's going to be released in 2021. The trailer was really good, and based on that footage, it looks like nothing that we saw in the theatrical release of Justice League. We got to see Darkseid. We got to see a redone Steppenwolf. which looks really cool. I know some people will get on him saying he looks like a Transformer, but I'm really excited to see how well this movie plays out. We also see Lois Lane. We see Martha show up in the clip as well. I'm really excited to see the Snyder cut. I'm not one of the people who this movie's all terrible. Like, this is something I was really looking forward to, and I was hoping that the theatrical Justice League would be a run out the park for DC. But as it shows, when DC, Warner Brothers meddle in film projects, the best work doesn't get presented. And I think that's something that they've learned, which is why they asked Zack Snyder to release this. So I'm really excited to see what happens next. Maybe with the reception of the Snyder Cut, we'll see more of Zack Snyder's vision of these DC characters. So fingers crossed on that. Another panel they had was The Flash. The Flash has never been one of my favorite characters, probably one of my least favorite. I never cared about him in the cartoons, never cared about him in the comics. But I really liked Ezra Miller's portrayal of Flash in the Justice League movie. Two things about this project that has me really excited, and this is a movie that was supposed to be released like 2 to 3 years ago, but it's just been stalling with directors coming in and out, writers changing, we not knowing if Ezra Miller was going to reprise the role. But two things have me really excited for this project is Michael Keaton coming back as Batman and Ben Affleck reprising his role as Batman. And that's due to the multiverse storyline that they're going to use for Ezra Miller's film. Those are probably my two favorite actors to portray Batman, and I like both of the characterizations of the Batman that they play. I'm really upset that we'll never, maybe we will get to see Ben Affleck's solo Batman movie that he was supposed to write and direct, but we'll see what happens. And I believe that they're still in production of this movie. Nothing has been filmed yet. So this is one project that I'm actually more excited about. Will other Batman appear in this? Christian Bale, Val Kilmer. I doubt George Clooney is coming back. But,
So another panel that I was really excited about was The Suicide Squad. This is another film of Suicide Squad that I actually didn't mind. It wasn't a great film, but I really enjoyed it. Directed by David Ayers, and another film where Warner Brothers intervened. And you see the final product. I really had fun with that movie overall. Like I said, it wasn't great, but it's something I could sit, watch, and have a laugh and have a really good time looking at it. And that's another thing that's going around on Twitter right now is the Ayers cut. Will we ever get to see that? Fingers crossed on that one, because I really would have loved to see the entire vision that David Ayers had for the film. But The Suicide Squad is going to be directed by James Gunn. James Gunn did Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, which I really enjoyed, and that was a team movie, so to see him be brought on by Warner Brothers to do The Suicide Squad was really the perfect fit of weird character groupings coming together, and I think that's something that he's really, really good at. We got to hear from all of the actors on the film. We got to see all of the characters that they are going to be portraying, and he even showed some footage of behind the scenes stuff, and the film looks, just based off of that, it wasn't even the trailer, the film looks really good. I'm really excited to see what he brings to the big screen when it comes to The Suicide Squad, and just hearing him talk about the film and talk about the characters and the actors that portray these characters. You could just see the passion in his eyes, and it's just amazing to see. So based on that, that's probably one of my most anticipated Warner Brothers DC superhero movies is The Suicide Squad. If you do get a chance, please go check out that footage. You definitely won't be disappointed. All right, so the last panel of the day was one that I think most people were waiting for, is The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves. So if you didn't know, Matt Reeves was brought on to direct the Batman movie after Ben Affleck decided not to direct it. And I was really interested to see what both Ben Affleck and Matt Reeves would come up with for the Batman movie, but things started to go in a different direction, and Ben Affleck decided to leave the role. So I think Matt Reeves started off from scratch and wanted to do a movie his way. When they announced Robert Pattinson as Batman, that kind of took me back for a surprise. But I'm not one of those people to say, just base it on previous movies that he's done, because maybe he'll be a really good Batman and Bruce Wayne. We just won't know until we actually see the footage. And then they started to show the Batmobile, which is a big departure from any of the other Batmobiles that we've seen in Batman movies. So this is one that I'm really intrigued about. We know Zoe Kravitz is going to play Selena Kyle, Catwoman. We know that the Penguin is going to be in the movie along with the Riddler. And Matt Reeves, during his presentation, he was really excited too. Just like James Gunn, Matt Reeves was really energetic during his panel, taking questions from the fans and really just talking about his love of the character. And I'm really excited to see what he does. And he's also going to be, I believe, producing that HBO Max Gotham show that they're going to have, which obviously probably won't have Batman in it, but it's going to definitely have ties to the Batman universe. So I'm really excited to see how that all comes together. But they only shot about 25 to 30% of the Batman film, and they put out a trailer, which is really amazing that they were able to pull this together. So we see glimpses of the Riddler. We see Robert Pattinson in his Batman outfit talking to Detective Gordon. One thing that really pulled me back is that Pattinson, the suit and the physique really reminds me of Christian Bale, because he's really slim and small. I think that's one thing I really enjoyed about Ben Affleck's Batman, because he was really buff and muscular. But overall, just based on that footage, I'm like really intrigued about the film. I don't know if I'm really excited about it, but I'm interested to see what they pull off with this, and to see how it differentiates from the other Batman films that we have seen and portrayals of Batman. Overall, I hope that this film is really good, and I just want to see what the final product is going to be. Then we could say, oh yeah, he was the wrong choice. But at this moment, I think it's really hard to judge an actor based on previous work when we haven't seen him in this role. And that's something that they did with Ben Affleck when he was announced, and I hope that's not the case with Robert Pattinson. Overall, I think DC FanDome was really well put together. They had a lot of time to get this together, but based on all the panels, all the guests that they had, taking live questions and email questions from the fans was really huge. And just seeing the excitement from all of these actors and directors and producers of these major projects was really good to see. But overall, I'm probably most excited about Justice League Snyder Cut. I really can't wait to see that. We only have a couple more months till 2021. Next would have to be The Suicide Squad. Then Wonder Woman 84. That one has me really intrigued just to see how that comes together. Then the Batman, Adam, and Shazam. DC, they really don't have to follow what Marvel did, and I know they were trying to do that at the beginning, but I think this is a new turnaround for them, and they don't have to go that way anymore. Based on the reactions of the fans when it comes to all of these projects, I think they should go with that. Having a cinematic universe, I don't think that's really important. for them to do. Maybe down the line they'll end up, making that happen, or based on the reaction from Justice League Snyder Cut, we'll still get more Justice League films with those actors and characters. Fingers crossed on that, because that's something I would really like to see come together. But I'm just really happy with what DC was able to pull off, and I think the people at the top of Warner Brothers have an idea of where they should go, and I hope they allow these directors to bring whatever energy they have and creativity, and just allow them to do what they need to do. Don't meddle anymore. We've seen what meddling does when it came to Batman v Superman, Justice League, Suicide Squad. Don't let that happen again. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments below about what DC films you're excited about, whether it be Justice League Snyder Cut, The Batman, Black Adam, Shazam 2, The Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 84. Let me know what you think below. Please remember to like, comment, share. If you're still new and you're still here to the end of this video, hit that subscribe button right now. You don't want to miss any future content. I'll see you guys next time.